Alright, good morning, Bubba. Where is he? He says good morning as well. Hannah's at the coffee shop right now, and I made some red lentil chili for breakfast along with some white rice. So I'm still technically on the over fat-free challenge. We had one meal when we were at 11 spoonfuls, not at the meetup, but when we were going to meet Kimberly, we did have a high-fat meal there. But other than that, for the past, I don't know, I think it's over a month now, doing the over fat-free challenge, totally, I don't even feel really any different at all, personally. Now, the primary reason why I did this was because I wanted to see how it affected my skin. Throughout most of that experiment, I wouldn't say that it positively affected my skin in like a way that was very noticeable. At times, like kind of like near the start, people said that my skin looked a lot better, but then I also kind of like broke out in the middle of it as well. And then somebody sent me a video from Vegan Vixen, and she posts videos talking about various topics in the vegan lifestyle. And she posted a video called like the Miracle Acne Cure for her. I'll link that video down below, and basically where she talks about supplementing with betaine HCl, which is betaine hydrochloride. So I've been doing a lot of research lately in how low stomach acid can contribute to different types of conditions and diseases. Alright, so what I came up with, I actually posted this in the Potato Cleanse group about a girl who was talking about digestion and how that can affect your skin. So basically what I say here is I've been doing a lot of research into it over the past week or so, and yes, high carb, low fat is important, especially cutting out oils and such like over fats. But if you have digestive issues, low stomach acid, etc., then that can cause leaky gut where toxins permeate from the gut wall and get into the bloodstream, which creates an immune response, and the body needs to dispose of the toxins, and that can cause skin issues like acne. For the past probably about a week or so, I've been taking betaine HCl with my meals, and I'm definitely noticing a big improvement with my digestion in general. Like, I used to fart so much, and it really kind of like annoyed Hannah. And it kind of annoyed me because I didn't understand, you know, why I was farting like so much. And they weren't like super like potent. Like when I used to eat like animal products like back in the day, like my farts could clear a room. Like they're terrible, right? Ever since I went vegan, obviously they've gotten a lot better. They don't smell nearly as bad, but at the same time, it still wasn't perfect, and I never kind of like fully understood what was going on. So I've been taking the betaine HCl for, like I said, just about over a week now, and the amount of gas that I have throughout the day is just like dramatically reduced. On top of that, the amount of new cysts and new pimples coming up is essentially like almost gone. I'll definitely link to some posts down below that you can check out and see whether or not maybe that this is an issue for you. And I'll also link Vegan Vixen's video down below, so you can definitely check that out. But I think I'm onto something with this, just because I have noticed in the past when I tried to improve my gut function through probiotic drinks, I also notice a big difference as well. And I think that this might be the thing that is causing skin issues for myself. I'm gonna have some rice and red lentil chili, and then we're going on to a hot date at the movie theater. Are you guys gonna be good boys when we're gone?
You gonna be good boys, or do we have to videotape you again?
I think we should videotape you guys. Alright, we are done with the movie. It was like one of those kind of like sad, action-packed.
It was a true story.
Yeah. I think that happened in Libya with the American ambassador in 2012. So Time to go home.
I'm starving.
Yeah, we're hungry and cold, and well, it's warm outside here, but time to go home. Come here. All right, so continuing on with what I was talking about this morning with the betaine HCl and what it's doing for my skin. HCH is also taking it, and she's noticing some benefit as well.
Yeah. I think
that wasn't very convincing. Is that a yeah or
yeah? Totally. So I actually started taking it like 3 or 4 days into the potato diet. Now it's day 8. So I've been taking it half the time. The first 4 days that I was on the potato diet, like I had the worst gas ever. Like seriously. And like I'd always like had gas and like stomach problems in my life just because I think I abused the shit out of my body when I was like younger and starved myself and all that shit. And I think it really like I have worse stomach acid than Derek because I have to take way more pills than he does. But like online, a lot of people will say that they'll have stomach acid issues, like they'll have heartburn or something like that, and it'll be like ruining their life because it's really, really bad. And doctors always tell them to take, you know, acid buffers and like Tums and Pepcid and stuff like that, and it never ever works. But the problem isn't that they have too much stomach acid, it's actually that they have too little stomach acid. So their heartburn symptoms get worse and all that kind of stuff gets worse, and then they like gain weight because their digestion's really bad. And I know for me personally, like I would eat a lot of food, right? But even if I was stuffed, like I would still want to eat more food. And I don't know if it was because I don't have a destructive mentality towards food anymore. And I always just eat as much as I want. Like I know that can happen with people if they're restrictive or whatever. Yeah. But I think it's because my body wasn't absorbing the nutrients properly. Because it doesn't, like if you don't have enough stomach acid, your body can't break it down. Especially like if I go off of eating super, super low fat and I eat something that even has more fat, or even if I just eat like more food than normal, it's literally just like food is sitting in my stomach and it will not move. Even for like days. Like I'll be full for like days, but I want to eat something because naturally like you want to eat every day, you know, but you'll still be full and uncomfortable and like bloated and have gas or whatever. And I think that that's like a huge issue that people don't realize if they have low stomach acid, is that your digestion can really be compromised. You can have really bad bloating, you can have really bad, like Derek has no gas anymore. And
like, I was saying I used to have like 20 or 25 farts in a day probably. Like I'm not sitting here counting. There's not like I don't have like a fucking fart counter going. Like
it probably was that many though.
Now I said it's only down to maybe like 2 or 3.
Yeah, like it was so much that it was just like
just all the time. So and ever since I started taking these pills, it's just like gone.
Yeah.
So
maybe look at it online. Like maybe you can post some links below that are helpful. But lots of people have just, I've noticed that like even if I eat a lot of food, like now I'm just fine. Like I don't want more food because I feel like now my body can properly break down food and whatever. But I have to take 10 of these pills at every meal because that's how much it takes for me to have like the symptoms of
having too much stomach acid, which is like you can have like this burning sensation, or you can have like gastrointestinal distress. So there's a lot of symptoms, so you have to play around with the dosage to see how much you can take. And yeah, we'll post some links down below to a good website that has basically a guide to figuring out what your dosage is, because that's important, because you don't want to be taking too little and you don't want to be taking too much. You want to be taking enough in order to build your stomach acid back up so that you can get off the pills eventually, because you don't want to be taking hydrochloride
acid
pills for the rest of your life, right? You want to do it just to build yourself up, and then you can wean yourself off of them over time.
Yeah, especially I think what's helpful is like the symptoms and stuff like that. There's also tests you can do. Like if you wake up in the morning and you drink like a cup full of baking soda, if you don't have any burps or anything, you have super low stomach acid because it's not reacting with the acid in your stomach. There's also like a lemon juice one. Like we'll just post stuff below, and then we'll post the ones that we take. We got them off Amazon just because it's the only one that we can find that doesn't have pepsin in it, and pepsin is a derivative
made
of porcine, which is pork, so it's not vegan. It's like stomach acid from pigs, pretty much.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. I mean, we'll give you guys updates. I've read through hundreds of reviews. I've never heard of anyone having a bad experience with this. They all, like, even if they just have something small, like, you know, bad gas or heartburn or something, they're like, these pills saved my life, just because they thought that that's just the way that they were. So I've never heard a horror story or anything bad. Because, I mean, if you take too much of it, it's not going to be comfortable. Like, you're not going to keep doing it.
So we're going to finish up at the dog park here, and then we're going to go up to Safeway to get some more TP, because Hannah's been going through it like crazy. We'll see you on our romantic walk down to Safeway. All right, here we go. You got what you needed?
Yeah.
Should probably get more.
This is fine.
Well, you'll be back here in like a day.
Shut up.
We kind of caved.
I caved. I'm like, it's my 8th day on the potato cleanse. Like, I need some LaCroix.
We got LaCroix, toilet paper,
Someone
and
told me, though.
I got. Just let me finish. And I got some Lara bars because I'm gonna go right to the top of Mount Lemon tomorrow. Sorry.
The very top.
The very, very top. Anyways, what were
Someone
you
told
saying?
me that cans are 100% recyclable, and they can be recycled an infinite amount of times. But like plastic obviously degrades every time you recycle it. Glass can actually be infinitely recycled, I think. So you just have to be careful with what you're recycling. Paper degrades every time, I think, as well. I think the last thing it turns into is like recycled toilet paper.
Which we got. Cool.
But that's kind of weird to think about. Like, you're probably wiping your butt with something you recycled at some point. It's
Quite
probably
possibly.
like in here.
Yeah.
Something that you put in the recycling bin.
Yeah. All right.
What?
Somebody was like yelling at us from in the door there.
Weird.
That's so weird. I think that's the end of today's vlog. Our hands are quite full right now. So we will talk to you on the next vlog. Peace.